Well, greetings again. This is Dr. Bill White, and this is the third case we're going to show where we have the missing lower second bicuspids. Now, you don't get all this many missing lower second bicuspids, but these are three in a row, and this one will be treated a little different from the others. Now, at what time you get them, if you're old enough and you put the braces in, you hold the tooth from erupting down by the arch wire itself. You don't have to do the sectioning of the other one. But if you catch it real early, you can go in and do that sectional of the second deciduous molar on the bottom and take out the back half and put the pulpotomy and do the pulpotomy on the front half and hold it, and it keeps the second deciduous molar from dropping down, and that prevents the 6-year molar on the bottom from drifting forward. So let's get started on this case right here. And this is a nice young man. We started out with him looking pretty nice and young, and we ended up, he's a pretty well-developed man when we finish him. So some of these go for a long time like that. So here he is in 1989, and he has lost his lower second bicuspids, and they were gone, and this is missing right here, so these will be removed, and we were far enough along with braces on the top, so we didn't need to do the section of that. So if you are planning to put the braces right in here, you don't have to cut this down. But if you're not ready to do the braces, you want to section this right here, take this part out, and do your pulpotomy on this portion right here. That holds this tooth in place while this drifts over. Now, some way or another, we got away without that here. And so you would section this, take this part out right here, and now you would do the pulpotomy down in here, and you pack that stuff in there. I can't tell you hard enough. You take zinc oxide and eugenol, just a drop or so of eugenol in there, and then mix it real good, and then squeeze the excess eugenol out until you've got a putty-like material that is thick enough where you can pack it with a amalgam plugger. So that's what we would recommend doing here. Now, here we kept this, and they never did come in to get this done, so we at some point where this had drifted far enough and filled in, like we got this up here, this will come in, and we're ready to start the braces up here, so there's no need for doing the sectioning of the tooth. So you hold this back. In other words, if you get this to happen, now we're going to take this tooth completely out, and this tooth will have to do a lot of drifting later on, and hopefully you bring the bicuspid in. So what we're proposing, you go in early and you figure this tooth and this developed the first bicuspid, and that's nothing. Cut this in half, do the pulpotomy, this will drift up, and you won't take a chance of having this long action later on to bring this up. This will all drift together, and I call it driftodontics, if you like that word right there. So let's see what we do here. I'll take this out, and so we've got this banded up now, and that's keeping this from coming down in this gap, and we're going to have to bring this up. But if you had started it earlier and had done that, this would already be right up, this tooth would be up here now. And so there'd be, this would have drifted forward before you ever started the braces, if you go in early and do that. And so if you're going to try to save the wisdom teeth here. So anyway, we have to come in now. We're going to move these teeth up. And the next Panorexes, this is 1990, and he's, I can't tell the age, I think he's 13 and 9, about 14 years old. So we pull those teeth up, parallel the roots, got them up there, and now this tooth will come in over here, and this one we hope will have room for it. Now he chews awful hard, but this is 96, and he is age 18, he's nearly 19 years old. We got him back in, he bit out so hard he bit the retainer in here, but we straightened that back up. And this tooth, this is a wisdom tooth that if you go back and look where that wisdom tooth was, and now look at it, this was age 14, 11. In other words, when he's got 15, let me get my pencil back here. He was age 14, or just say 15 years old. Now that's 92. And I got him in after he had, later on, is 96, so he's 17 years old. And this is 96, and this tooth has moved way up here. Look where this tooth was to start with. It was back like that. And look how you brought this, close this out of the way. The wisdom tooth came up like that. That's 96. And this one over here will come up in the same way. This one is already in contact. This one doesn't quite make it yet. I think that's the end of it. Here is the young man, and he has changed from just a boy to a real man now. And he's got a red beard, but his teeth are lined up good, and he has a beautiful set of teeth. And we hope he keeps it. Now I caught this was bonded real good. Caught this wire, just bent it up, back up in here, and that without breaking the bond there. And you have to bite it a little more gently there, or maybe we bonded it up here when we got it up there. So anyway, you can see what you do here. This is 96, I think, right there. And if you pick something up from this, I hope you do. You see where he bit this wire down here? I think we took that thing off and just let that come back up on the base of the retainer. Anyway, we're going to close out. Thank you for watching and join our channel. We've got 3 channels now, and I hope you learned something from that. And we'll stop and hope to see you later.